Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 4 of the LoosenUp podcast. I'm James, and this is Adam. We're here ready to fuck, ready to go. I'm excited. How you doing today, Adam?
I'm doing well. I cleaned the shit out of my car today, so I'm feeling real good.
Oh, I love that feeling.
Yeah, it's a great feeling, and it took an hour and a half, so it felt real good after to get done.
Yeah, every time there's a lot of trash in my car, and I see what's going around, I feel like that's almost correlating what's going on in my life. Just a bunch of trash. So good, clean car feelings like that. I'm trying to think of a good analogy of maybe just getting out of the shower.
Taking a shower.
Oh,
that's fucked.
Damn.
Yeah, it definitely does improve your day. That's for sure. I mean, I cleaned the shit out of it too. I mean, I got real deep in there, you know. Like
crevices.
There wasn't even that much trash in my car. It was more so just in between the seat, like the front seat, the two front seats and the console in the middle.
Yeah.
There was a lot of, when you smoke weed, I mean, just stuff gets lodged in there, whether it's little particles of weed, Dutch guts, and I was just aggressively just cleaning that out in particular. That took a long time.
That little area between the fucking seat and the center console is just a crevice of death.
It's so hard to clean it too.
You'll be so surprised what you'll pull out. Sometimes I'll pull out like a fucking like a notebook, it's just some random shit.
Yeah, multiple times. I mean, I've found a joint in my car.
That's unreal.
Yeah, it's cool at the time, but I don't remember how it got there.
Do you still smoke it?
I would smoke it. I would definitely smoke the weed inside of it, whether it was the joint I found or me taking the weed out of it and putting it in a bowl or something. But
I always found that it's so hard. Like, if you have a joint that doesn't go as planned, especially for me, because I'm very not good at rolling joints. I know you're very skilled in that facet of life.
I try.
But, yeah, I just noticed, say, for example, you roll a joint, you just know it's not going to hit, and then you try to unroll it. It's very hard to get the weed back out and then repack it almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. It sucks reconstructing a joint. Is that fair to say?
Is fair to say.
Whether you have to re-roll it or whatnot. I always feel like less weed comes out of it than you put in it in a weird way.
I feel like if I knew how to roll better, I would do that all the time. But I'm just a big bowl guy if I smoke. Granted, I've tapered off on the weed smoke a lot. Not really for any particular reason. Just kind of.
Yeah. I've tapered off on smoking joints a lot, and I've been smoking a lot of bowls just because of how much weed it saves. Because joints, I mean, if you're smoking joint after joint, it's a lot of weed that you're smoking at one time, so then you run out of weed faster,
Right. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I didn't stop smoking weed for any particular reason. Like I said, I'll still do it, but it kind of low-key gives me anxiety at some points now.
It off and on gives me anxiety, sometimes worse than others. There are some periods of time where I swear, like, I don't know what it is, but just for that period of time, whenever I smoke, I get anxiety. But then there's a lot more other times that I don't.
Right. Like, if I definitely don't have anything to do, say, for example, I'm going to the movies and I smoke a joint or a bowl or whatever, I don't get any anxiety because I just know there's nothing. Like, I can be mindless in that, you know what I'm saying? Whereas sometimes I would do it before, I don't know, a sporting event or in high school, go to class really high. Oh my God.
All the time.
Yeah, but
my senior year of high school, I swear I was like 40% of the time in school high. College, I swear 80, I don't say this proudly if you're listening, 85% of the time I was in class, I was stoned.
yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Or unless it was like a more sports related, I guess, if I had to go to practice in high school. And again, to your point, not super proud. I just kind of did it with one of my friends a bunch. And I would always be kind of paranoid. Holy shit, I'm kind of high at practice.
Yeah.
I don't want coach to know.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know.
Sometimes just sitting there, I get paranoid.
Yeah.
Like for no reason. I don't know. But not all the time.
When you're like alone?
No, I can be with people. It depends. Depends how lit I am. But, I mean, if I wasn't an artist, I probably wouldn't. I'd smoke weed still, but I don't know if I'd smoke as much as I do.
When you smoke weed and then paint, do you feel like it's way more beneficial, or how does that go?
What do you mean by beneficial? Like, it just helps? Do I think it helps me?
The creativity's flowing. You're painting fucking great.
Yeah, definitely. But that's because I smoke weed consistently. I think if I didn't smoke weed consistently, if I smoked weed before doing art, it would be a little different.
Right.
But it's definitely a routine of mine. Pretty much everything is weed induced when it comes to my art. Cause yeah, I'm usually high when I'm making art.
I feel like for me, when I first started smoking weed, and I remember it, I think I was maybe like end of freshman year. Sophomore year was more so kind of heavy into the weed, but do you remember the first time you were high and then also had sexual intercourse?
No.
Oh, I remember, bro. It was a wild experience. And then from that point on, I was like, wow, having high sex is definitely way better than regular. But now, I don't know, I'm older. I feel like it was just kind of a mindset type thing. But I feel like that was a wild experience, especially for like I don't know, teenage, like 17, 16-year-old. You're just fucking for the first couple times and then you're high doing it.
How old were you when you first smoked weed?
Like when I first smoked it, I think I was with you.
Yeah, I remember.
When our first job, but I was one of those people where I didn't get high like the first 2 times.
I didn't get high the first time I did it.
Yeah.
And they say that just like you don't get high the first time, but I have a theory that it's because you don't know how to smoke most of the time.
I would also concur with that because
there's no way you just don't get high the first time. I mean, it's still the chemicals still go to your brain.
I've smoked with people and they've gotten lifted their first time.
Yeah, because they knew how to smoke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe I was just being a bitch, not inhaling as good as I could have been.
That was me the first time too. First time I smoked weed, I was 13. Pretty early. I didn't smoke weed consistently until I was like 17 though.
Yeah, I'm kind of
like I tried it back then, but I didn't smoke consistently at all.
Yeah, and weed was way more of like a fucking
Frowned
danger.
upon.
Yeah, way more frowned upon when we were around that age. Now it's just if you don't smoke, you're a weirdo. But
oh yeah, it's changed dramatically in the sense of how society, I guess you could say, views it.
I feel like consistently smoke where it was every weekend, maybe like a couple times during the week too, like at school was like my second sophomore year because I repeated the sophomore year at high school. But I was probably around 16, 17, so same time frame when you kind of were doing it consistently as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you smoke weed and your car ends up everything piles up in the crevices.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I was just getting rid of all that shit today and it was a process, but I did it. Got all sweaty.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, clean the car, buddy. Clean state of mind. But I'm fucking pumped right now for a couple reasons. We're on episode 4. Staying consistent with this.
Thank you if you're listening.
Yeah, thank you. We saw some of the analytics, even if it's probably not accurate. You got fucking homeless people listening to this thing and it's counting them. But anyways, we appreciate the love. Like I said, we're going to stay consistent with this on the episodes, dropping 2 a week. But I'm excited not just because of that. I'm excited because 4th of July is on Saturday.
Fuck yeah.
And I have no work on Friday because it's observed as a holiday. And yeah, I'm just really excited to fucking veg out, celebrate America, and get pretty drunk doing it.
Yep, I am as well. James and I we're going to Maine for the weekend if you're listening with some other people. And I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if I've ever really gone away for the 4th of July. Have you?
You know what? That's funny you say that because I think the only time I really went away, I went to New York, like Massapequa area, which is towards like Long Island. And it was really spur of the moment thing with like a friend of a friend's girlfriend type deal. Excuse me, I just burped. And that was the only time. Other than that, it's been mostly just local beach days, kind of. Or like cookouts.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, on the 4th of July, like, it's not that I've never done anything. I just usually don't go elsewhere from where I live, the city-wise.
Right. What did you do last year for the 4th, you remember?
I can't even remember, honestly.
It's all that fucking weed.
Well, I mean, I probably, it's probably subtle. You know, it was probably subtle. I mean, yeah.
Do you want to hear a crazy fun fact about 4th of July?
The Declaration of Independence was actually signed in August, not July 4th.
That is a good one, too. that kind of goes along with that. That's not my fact, but
Got
yeah,
it.
it's a good point because John Hancock was actually the only one to sign it on that day. The rest signed it later. So that's an interesting fun fact for all you fucking American people who don't know that. But another side note is that approximately 150 million hot dogs and 700 million pounds of chicken are consumed on 4th of July.
Really?
150 million hot dogs, bro. Think how much diabetes that is.
I like hot dogs, but I what they're made out of freaks me out.
What is it?
Basically, all the stuff in a pig that you don't want to eat.
What do I want to eat? Like the penis?
I read it one time. It's just like the snout and the fucking. But I don't know. I don't know. It's just not cool stuff. But I don't like hot dogs if the bun isn't toasted.
I fuck with that. Do you like the condiments on your hot dogs?
Very light ketchup and very very light mustard.
Okay.
Very light.
See, I'm the type of guy too, especially if I'm drinking, especially if like 4th of July, typically you start drinking pretty early, correct?
Yeah, correct.
On the beach or something, and then you start breaking out the food way later when you're a little more drunk, and then you get like hungriness too. I can bury like 9 hot dogs.
Oh yeah.
Just keep going.
Oh yeah, they're very easy to keep just fucking mowing.
Like Kobayashi type shit.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever I see those hot dog eaters eating it really fast, I almost regurgitate because they like water the bun. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, they dip it in the fucking water.
Yeah, that's just
Joey Chestnut.
honestly thinking about it right now makes me want to regurgitate. Regurgitate means throw up. If you don't know what that word means,
I knew what it meant.
no, I knew you did, but you teach me a bunch of big words.
Yeah, well, I used to have one of those little calendar things at work where it was when I used to go in the fucking office. That had like the word of the day type shit.
Yeah.
And it would just be used just in a sentence. And I would always do it comically where, like, if I was taking a poop at work, I would come back and be like, oh, that poop was fucking, tremendous. Just for example,
Yeah,
tremendous
yeah,
being the
yeah.
word. And they'd be like, what? Like, what did
Yeah.
you just say? Oh, it's, just use it in a sentence. But it's kind of funny to use big words, especially if you're not that smart like me.
Yeah, same. I like using big words to mask me wanting to be smart, but I'm not.
Right.
If did that sentence make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it did.
cool. I use it to mask my stupidity. That's a good way to put it.
I wouldn't call you stupid.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Like, I wouldn't say that.
Thank you. Well, you know what I mean, though. I'm not fucking. I don't know.
2.0 fucking student over here, buddy.
Hell yeah.
C's get degrees.
Hell yeah. C's get the shit out of degrees, man.
I mean, D's get degrees too.
D's do get degrees. Well, you have to in the college process. If you're getting D's in high school, you're not going to get into a college to get a degree. But also, fuck a degree.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what you want to do.
Of course.
D's also catch a lot of semen too if they're right next to each other and
D's,
they're attached to a good-looking face.
Yeah, that's true. And especially if you double the D's up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Double them up. They'll catch a lot of stuff.
We're going. I don't know if we said this when we were talking about how we're going away, but we're going to Maine.
Booth Bay.
do you
That's
think-
what it's called.
Did we say that?
We said that.
Yeah, and
Again, the weed.
so it's a good point. But what I've been doing before the past 2 nights when I'm going to bed, I've just been watching things on Maine wildlife.
Maine?
Maine wildlife, yeah, because there's a ton of wildlife, and I'm super fascinated by wildlife. Guess how many moose there are in Maine? Pretty sure it's the most out of every state, approximately too.
Is moose the plural name for moose?
I believe so.
Like mooses?
Yeah, I believe it's like
I'll be Googled. But anyways, continue with
fish
your fact.
or geese.
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
true.
Would you say meese? Goose?
No,
No,
I
I'm
wouldn't
just fucking
say-
around. I'm just fucking around. No, I think look at the moose over there, and it could be like plural. I feel like that would make sense.
Oh, no. It says the only correct plural of moose is moose.
Guess how many moose there are? Oh, that's why you asked, because I said that sentence.
Yes.
Now I put 2 and 2 together. But I guess how many moose there are in the state of Maine approximately?
Is it in the millions?
No.
All right. I don't fucking know. I'm not a moose guy.
Dude, there's probably not a million moose
I-
in general.
Yeah, true. That was dumb. Whatever. I'm not gonna cut that. I'm thinking maybe like 10,000.
That's actually a very good guess, but it's a lot more. But that's a good guess. It's definitely
Better
good
than a
guess.
million.
Yeah, I mean, there's like All right, so there's 75,000 approximately. That's a fuck ton of moose.
75,000?
That's a lot of moose.
Dude, if you hit a moose driving in your car,
yeah, you're fucked.
You're fucking dead.
Yeah, I like when I see caution moose crossing signs, because not because of the thought like, oh, if I crash into one, that would, I don't like that thought, but it's just I'm on my fucking I'm aware of I want to see a moose in person really bad. I saw one time.
I never saw a moose in person.
I never saw one up close in person though. That's the thing. It was in the distance, and I know for a fact it was. Well, I was in Vermont, and I looked in the distance, and I saw the silhouette, silhouette of a moose. I guess I couldn't.
What's a
see
silhouette? Again, big words, buddy. Let's go.
I think I could have this wrong, but I think a silhouette is basically like if this was all black. But
yeah. I got you.
Essentially, the shadow. I guess I don't know.
That's fucking diesel word though. Keep going.
Yeah, if you could look up the word, the definition.
Oh, it's an image of a person, animal, object, or scene represented as a solid shape of a single color.
So basically, if this was all black and it was a picture of a beer can,
Oh, and they also spelled color COLOUR. Shout out to the Canada people because it's Canada Day, so that just reminded me of that. Love you guys. So you saw the silhouette of the moose.
Yes, in the distance, and I thought it was a statue or something of a moose, and then I saw it in the distance, like moving. It was just like going elsewhere from where its original spot was.
That's pretty wild.
So that's how I knew it was a moose, but I only saw it for a second because I was driving, and I wasn't driving, so that's how I could see.
You know what's funny too, and I think we talked about this before. And it might have been on the fucking episode that just didn't work. But, you said it caution moose crossing.
Yeah.
How you see, like, the fucking signs where it says, caution or slippery when wet.
Yeah.
Like that shit. Obviously, things are slippery when they're wet.
Yes.
But back to the point where, do you ever see the sign where it says, like, caution men at work or caution police officer ahead?
Yes.
You're just automatically knowing that a police officer is ahead.
Right.
And you could be like really drunk and be like, fuck that, I'm not going that way.
Turn around. Yeah, I wonder if the person who made that sign, police officer ahead, was basically just being like, I want to look out for people that are doing something they're not supposed to so that they know a police officer's ahead.
Like the guy who invented it.
Turn around. Yeah, I wonder if he was like looking out for civilians or, it was just, I don't know. Something else.
Well, dude, I don't know if do you use the Waze app?
No.
You don't use the Waze app?
I don't. I'm a simpleton. I just use the maps one. Don't bother downloading Waze.
Well, with the Waze app, dude, it literally shows you where a police officer may be located. And granted, sometimes it's not very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
And you could be going up to New Hampshire and you'll be on exit 36 and it'll have a little cop mark on exit like 37 or 8. And it'll say police officer ahead, and you can drive past, and it'll literally be a police officer right where that fucking little blurb is on the Waze app. And I wonder how many people have avoided getting some sort of ticket, whether it's speeding, whether they're doing things they're not supposed to in their car, might be drinking, might be fucking kidnapping someone in the trunk. I don't know. But they're getting away with it because that's what I'm saying, because of the Waze app, though. So I wonder if there's some tension between some police officers and the Waze app creators.
Do you think they're beefing?
I fucking think they're beefing hard.
They might be beefing. But then again, cops are people too, and a lot of times when people are at work, sometimes they don't want to do anything. And I guarantee there's cops out there that they don't feel like doing stuff sometimes, and maybe it gives them less to do.
Oh, 100%. There's a lot of times I'm at work and I'm like, fuck this.
Oh, a million times. That's everybody,
I mean, I would hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know where does the stereotypical cop and donut thing come into play?
It's a good question.
It was always been like a known thing to me when I've seen cop movies or, see a cop or something.
Oh, yep.
It's always been, oh, where's your donut, bro?
Yep.
Have any donuts today?
Yep. Looked at a cartoon image of a cop. It always had a donut.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I don't know. It's a good question. It probably was a regular thing that they would. I mean, I've seen police officers at Dunkin' Donuts and stuff.
Oh, I've seen them too. But I think that's because the coffee as well.
Right. Do you think that they were just going to a bunch of them were just going to coffee shops back in the day and they sold donuts there and somehow and they didn't really buy donuts a lot, but they were there for the coffee and somehow donuts just got into the mix?
Yeah, I think that was a really good guess because they probably did hang out at coffee shops way back in the day, and then I think cops get free coffee too.
It's actually I think it's against the law for them to get free coffee.
Really?
Yeah, I this could be butchered, but I heard one time that they can't accept free stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
They definitely fucking do it.
Yeah, of course, because if you're a regular civilian and there are times where you know the person behind the counter if you go there enough and they give you a free coffee. So I mean, in that sense, I'm sure they do because they don't want to be rude, but I'm pretty sure like legally they can't.
That's fucked.
It's basically like playing sides. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not fucked.
I heard that. I heard that at least. I don't know how true it is.
I mean, we can't get free things. I'm a pretty cool guy. Like,
yeah.
I'm just as cool as fucking Joe Schmo cop.
That's pretty much like the idea of it. It's like to be equal as a customer or something. There might be a cop listening to this that's just like, hey man, you're fucking wrong as shit.
Yeah, you're so
just
wrong.
Yelling at what
You're under arrest.
Yelling at the audio.
I like your hat.
Thank you. Loosen up. 781-617.
You got any on sale?
If someone was to like DM me or something, yeah. I've been thinking about putting up the Loosen Up stuff on my website. A brief description if you're listening. I used to make clothes and I had a clothing company called Loosen Up.
I was wearing one on last episode. It was like the boxer with the boxing gloves.
Yeah, and clothes are coming too, also soon. If you're listening, under me though is like Adam Lucy is the designer, not under Loosen Up. But I have been giving thought to selling the rest of the leftover Loosen Up stuff I have on my website.
Yeah, fucking why not?
So it's not for sale on anything right now. Actually, you know what? I'm pretty sure at loosenupapparel.com it's for sale.
Is it?
Yeah, let me check. I haven't done anything to Loosen Up Apparel in a while, but the inventory is still there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I remember when you were first getting it going, and then we would do the feast down St. Rocco. Mm-hmm. And for all those, if you're listening right now, St. Rocco's is essentially like one of those feasts they have in the North End every weekend. Except this one's like much on a smaller scale. It's just in the city of Malden, and they have a bunch of like white tents set up where there's different things being sold. You know, local small businesses. Pizza Peach is there. They're a pizza shop around here. They're doing all the catering and food. There's live bands. And then Adam got a tent for, was it 3 years? 4?
It was a few years. And yeah, this hat is actually on sale at loosenupapparel.com.
Fucking rights. But yeah, I used to help Adam out. We used to pretty much just, have a couple beers, sell some shirts, talk to some people, and yeah, it was actually a really good time. And I don't think they're doing San Rocco this year, so that's sad.
Oh, that's right, because, yep, that would make sense. Last year was the first year I didn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of, I don't know, I haven't gone down, I didn't go down last year either.
It was a while, I don't know if I made anything new clothing-wise, and I didn't want to show up just with the same stuff, and I would sell stuff down there, but when people go to something like St. Rocco, they're looking to spend like $15 tops on stuff and like that,
Remember they would ask how much a painting is, and they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah, that would have been the last year I did it because
that's so stupid.
Yeah.
Fuck off, bitch.
Oh shit.
that was Adam's microphone that just fell.
If you're watching the visual, I mean, that happened. I'm just gonna hold it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, hold it. Come on, do a fart noise into it, just so I know it's good. I swear to God.
I'll make a.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone.
I'll make a beat.
Okay, yeah, it's good.
All right, cool.
But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I probably won't go to San Rocco if they even have it this year. But
yeah, I mean, I was never much of a goer anyway. I just went to sell some stuff.
I feel that. I pretty much just went because you were there. And I was part of your crew, kind of.
Thank you very much for the first year helping me out. Pretty sure you helped me the second year, too.
Yeah, it's all right. I appreciate you appreciating me.
Definitely appreciated that. I remember me and Austin went to an Asian restaurant in Everett after the first year.
In Everett? I was going to say, it's not Sun Kung.
Chelsea.
Oh.
Right across from the high school.
The one that's right across from the public pool, too.
Yes. Yep.
I do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, we got hammered off some. Hey, Scorpion Bowl, shout out to those because holy fucking shit. They just make you get different type of drunk.
Fuck Scorpion Bowls, man. It's a very interesting beverage because if you have two of them,
it's a fucking gangbang of alcohol in a cup, and it just gangbangs your brain.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a very good way to put it.
So I mean,
and they have the stuff in the middle. What's the stuff in the middle?
It's like 151, right?
No idea. I know it's.
I know
it's not pleasant to consume.
I think a lot of them do 151, but there's no way that all those fucking restaurants put actual 151. They probably just gangbang the middle with something even worse. And they're like, "Oh, we're gonna fuck up these people." But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It was a, it was a good time. I do remember that. But no, like I love going to fucking like different Chinese restaurants and getting turned up.
I was on your Instagram a little while ago, and I was going down, and I actually
checking on my ass.
I saw the picture of you and me that year, the first year we did it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a hard selfie, but we looked hot.
Yeah, we looked a lot younger.
Yeah, and also shout out to if you're watching the video on YouTube right now, you're gonna notice that there's a different microphone in front of Adam, and that's because he bought this fucking jank ass arm off Amazon, and it was literally like some limp dick that just went extra limp, and his microphone crashed. I don't know if you guys heard that little audio failure, but that's what happened. So that's why the microphone looks different. But yeah, how do you think? How do you feel about actually not having that arm after you bought it?
Well, to be honest, if something that people don't really know if they're listening or watching is a lot of annoying things have happened to us in the process of making this.
Oh, hell yeah.
And honestly, man, you want to know how I feel about it? I'm fucking used to it by now that things are just breaking, you know. And if you're listening, that was my second microphone I had to buy. You know? The first one should have just worked. Sorry.
Can I say the text that you said to me out loud after? I think something went wrong in the fucking text you sent to me.
I'm scared, but yeah, you could say
you were just like, I'd rather my fucking dad come on my face than to fucking have this many problems go along with the podcast. And I knew obviously you were being facetious, but shout out to that fucking big word for all you nerds out there. And I knew you were kidding around, but I laughed really hard at that.
No, but honestly, man, this, you know, every step that we've taken, there's just been fucking just something, you know?
I would rather, honestly, and granted, I've seen my dad get one, so I'd rather get a colonoscopy just once to have our own tech guy where we just show up and then...
Me too. Yeah, I'd get a colonoscopy. How do you say the word? Colonoscopy in a second, if that means that we could have a tech guy just fucking do all that stuff for free. If you're out there and you need an internship or something, send me an email, inquiries@adamlucy.com. If you're into tech, you know, as of right now, I mean, we can't pay you, but
I'll give you fucking alcohol, dude.
Yeah. I'll give you weed. I'll give you alcohol. We'll repay you. We just need somebody to do the tech stuff. But you know what? Fuck it. I mean, for now, we're just figuring it out.
Isn't a colonoscopy like pretty fucking wild thing?
It's when someone puts a finger in your butt, right?
No, that's a prostate exam.
Oh.
When someone says like turn and cough, not when they cup your balls. Low key, when I had a woman doctor and she used to do that, I used to giggle. But that's besides the point. But the prostate is when they shove they put like almost Vaseline on their finger.
But what's the colonoscopy?
So I will get into that. So the prostate's when finger, butthole, give you a little hook job, and like just say they feel for any. I think they call pulpus or no, that's OJ shit. OJ orange juice, not OJ Simpson. So back to the colonoscopy. I think this is when you can't eat for 24 hours. I think. And you can only drink this disgusting ass fucking juice. And it's almost like passing a drug test where you have to take that cleanser if you're a druggie.
Right, yeah.
And then flush out your system. And it's always something just disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do that. And then you have to go back. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure they shove a tube up your asshole with has a camera on it. And they look for any things that are in there. And they like fucking... It's like they're siphoning gas. There's a woman on the other end, and she just puts her fucking mouth, and she just sucks, and she just gets all the shit out of you. That part I was kidding, but I think the two parts were legit with the camera. You know what I mean? I'm gonna look up like what exactly.
Colonoscopy.
But that's like along the lines like what it is.
Yep.
And I think you have to get one when you're 50 when you're a male. A male as in MALE. Yeah, so it's an exam to detect changes or abnormalities in the large intestine, #rectum. During a colonoscopy, a long flexible tube is inserted into the rectum. A tiny video camera, I was right, at the tip of the tube allows the doctor to view inside of the entire colon. So you can look at someone's meal from 3 weeks ago, essentially. But I'm scared to get that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't be first in line to get that either. I'd be last in line.
Do you think if you were of the homosexual descent that you'd be pumped up to get one?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's just a speculation.
I don't know. I just don't like going to the doctor in general.
What kind of vibes you get?
What kind of vibes?
Yeah, like when you walk in the doctor's office, just a checkup.
You know how when you're a student, like in 6th, 7th grade, anywhere around that age, and you feel like your teachers live at the school, and as soon as you leave school, you forget that they're an actual person and like go to their house and like have regular lives, but you feel like they almost just like disappear after everyone's gone, and then the next morning they just reappear in the room.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about when I go to the doctor. I still, as an adult, feel like the doctor just appears there overnight, or in the next morning. But my doctor's actually really really nice. She's cool. I don't like going to the dentist more.
I have a fucking pretty wild doctor story, and I'll tell it. I'm not embarrassed.
Okay.
So it actually wasn't even my doctor's appointment. So I was actually going with one of my buddies, and I think we were hanging. We were probably like, I think 19. I remember he was still going to the pediatrician, and he was fucking like 19 or 20.
I went to the pediatrician until I was like fucking 21.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I think more so it's just laziness on our part to actually find an actual doctor.
Yeah, and I know that my pediatrician took their patients and up until they got out of college.
Right. So, anyways,
it is laziness, though.
Just
you're right.
Just a precursor to this story, so maybe it justifies it a little bit. I'm fucking 19. My hormones are raging like a pregnant woman, just ready. I'd fuck anything. So he fucking is like, "Do you want to come to my doctor's appointment?" I'm like, "No," but I don't know.
Wait, who is this?
This is Cody.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Okay.
Leave out the last names. That's what I told people. First names only.
So it's Cody's
doctor's
doctor's
appointment with his pediatrician at the age of 20. Let's
Got
call
it.
it 19 to make the story seem a little fucking less bad.
Okay.
Anyways, we go in there. The doctor comes out and says, "We'll see Mr. Sarah now." And this fucking like,
you said we'll leave out last names and you just dropped it.
oh shit, I did. Let's see Mr. Smith. So, anyways, I'm in the waiting room now, and there's so many MILFs pumping in this waiting room. So many. Like, I don't know what it was this day.
It was like MILF Day at the doctor's.
It was fucking MILF Monday, we'll call it. It was summertime, so I wasn't in school. I just graduated high school, I think, so I was 19. And I'm talking, like, different types of MILF. Spanish MILF, Asian MILF, Caucasian MILF, Black MILF, all of them. Mm-hmm. And it's just me. Mm-hmm. And I don't have an appointment. And I am just horned up to the gills right now. Horned up. Thoughts are going a million miles a minute. Not where I'm supposed to be going. And this doctor's appointment is taking so long. So I'm thinking to myself, I don't know.
Where's this going?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm thinking to myself, I don't know how long this is going to go on for. So I'm like, fuck this. I need to go to the bathroom or something. So I go to the bathroom. I'm sitting on the toilet, and I'm like, damn, there's so many MILFs outside that fucking waiting room. And I'm thinking, all right, this is a single bathroom part. Like, you know one of those single bathrooms where it's just a toilet and, like, there's nothing else?
Yeah, I do. I know what you're talking about.
So,
I know where you're going, too. Continue.
So, anyways, I'm like, fucking, you know what? I'm pulling my pants down to my ankles, and I'm jacking off in this doctor's office, in this pediatrician's office. But I'm going to be clean about this. Like, I'm going to put it where it needs to go. It's not going to go anywhere else. So I'm fucking mid-JO session. The thoughts are racing. I'm using all muscle memory right now. There's no pornography being used. And
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Anyways,
Jesus Christ.
dude, I'm 26.
Yeah, I'm
7 years
I'm
ago.
not judging. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'll bring up some shit, Adam. Don't you worry about you. We all have our demons.
Continue.
Anyways, I didn't anticipate like the finishing process, and like when it was happening, I wasn't a pro at this point. I was probably having sex for like fucking 2 years at this point, 3 maybe, and I stood up and I just fucking ejaculated like on the floor of this pediatrician's bathroom. And I'm in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I got my pants down on my ankles. I'm fucking embarrassed in my own mind. So I took the toilet paper like on my feet and I was like scooching along the floor, like wipe up this fucking semen. And I just came out of the room and Cody's like, hey man, I'm done. You good? And I go, yep, all good, man. What happened? Nothing. I said, it's like quick shit, dude.
Did you tell Cody?
Yeah, he knows the story now. And he said the same thing. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's fucked. But I didn't. When you said you had a story and you were like, I'm not ashamed. I'll tell it. I didn't know that that's where it was going. But
yeah, we went there, or I went there. Yeah, so don't fucking judge me, people. I was 19. Like I'm a completely different person now. I would definitely get it in the toilet at this point. Whew. Welcome to episode 4, baby.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's the doctor's office, but I don't like the dentist either, but I didn't do anything like that there.
I don't even know what to follow up with.
Did you have braces?
After that. No, I never had braces.
Lucky.
Yeah. Did you have braces?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I had braces. I think it was for 2 years.
I remember when I was a kid and I saw people with braces, I thought that they looked fun. Braces. Like, I remember being like, however old you are when people around you are getting braces and just being like, oh, that looks like it's cool. It's such a little kid thought, though.
Yeah, that's a very little kid thought because they were not cool.
Yeah, everyone tells me that.
Especially when you have to wear elastics. That comes in like, if we're doing braces in phases.
Right. I've seen people with that.
That's like phase 4. We have to wear them for 6 months or something. And then after that, excuse me, I'm burping too. There's fucking Bud Lights. You get them out after the elastic phase. But yeah, it wasn't fun. I had them for 2 years. Didn't really wear my retainer. So
everyone says that. I've never met one person that was like, that said, oh, and I was on point with my retainer. I fucking wore it every day,
I was so on point with it until maybe, I don't know, after like 4 months, maybe not even. I'd give myself 4 months. I was like, fuck this. Like, what did I get braces for? To wear this plastic thing around my teeth? Where the fuck is that in the contract?
Right.
It wasn't. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not doing it. I also noticed when I went to Mexico that a lot of people over the age of 40 had braces. I didn't know the correlation with that, but just a point of view.
When I see like a grown up with braces, I just wonder what the story is.
A lot of times it's they didn't have the money to get it as a child, and like now they're making good money.
Right? No, for sure, and I get that. But I always kind of thought that was the crucial time to get it when you were, 14 or whatever, 12, whenever you get them, because that's when your grown up teeth are like growing in. So I didn't know that. You could just get braces at any time, and they make your teeth straighter.
Yeah, they do, and I think some people's teeth just develop differently. I don't remember. I think I didn't get my not adult teeth, but I don't think my teeth were done shifting until like I didn't get braces midway through freshman year of high school, which is probably the worst time to get them. To be honest with you, you're just trying to like see high school girls, trying to mac chicks, then you get fucking braces. You might as well put a fucking metal brace on my cock because it ain't getting used. You know what I'm saying? But have you ever? Do you believe? Oh baby, Did you believe in the tooth fairy for a while? What?
I don't remember when I stopped believing in the tooth fairy, but I do remember when I found out that Santa wasn't real.
I was literally going to ask you that after.
I think I was 10, and I asked my mom, I was like, is Santa real? And she was like, she gave me the mom answer, like, well, she should have just said, no, he isn't, but she gave me the sugar-coated answer. And then, she told me that he wasn't real. And then she followed up with, and the Easter Bunny, he's not real either. And I remember being mind blown, like, what? You're telling me that the Easter Bunny's not real?
She should you with a fucking double header real quick.
Yeah, if I was learning about Santa, I mean, she probably figured, and rightfully so, that I would put two and two together. But here's the thing: you want to know why I believed in the Easter Bunny for like longer than Santa? That split second longer than Santa, I should say. Because every Easter, my parents would they would put prints of baby powder on my floor. So like from the door to like all around the house, up the stairs. And I really believed that they were the Easter Bunny's footprints.
Well, obviously you're fucking 10.
It's fucking, but if you think about it for them, right, that's hilarious that they just know like, oh, we put this there, but I'm just sitting there believing the shit out of it, just like, oh my God, he came. He's here.
Yeah, I know.
And then, but that's why I believed in the Easter Bunny for longer than Santa.
Man, I remember when my dad told me, because my mom definitely wasn't going to tell me, but he kind of did the same thing. Like, no, yeah, Santa ain't a thing. And I honestly think it was around age like 9 or 10. And I had this whole thing planned out. I'm going to fucking I'm going to like wait up. I'm going to like sneak down and see if they're putting the presents under.
Yeah.
And I was going to do it that night because it was Christmas Eve when I asked. I go, hey, can we just cut this bullshit essentially? And like 10-year-old me. Like I said, maybe like 9 or 10.
Yeah. It's probably a fair age.
I kind of was just like saying, yeah, because kids in school are cruel.
Right.
They're like, you fucking still believe in Santa? Loser. Yep. And it's like, yeah, he is real.
Yeah,
That's when I tell my kid, if someone else believes it, don't fucking ruin it for them. Don't be that guy.
I know.
But I remember finding out that he wasn't real. But I think the only reason why I really like still believe for so long is because I would get some pretty cool shit for Christmas. Like my parents were honestly unreal. Love them to death.
It's pretty funny that his elves make all the toys, but then again, you get something that was, like an Apple fucking MacBook. Like if a kid gets a computer or just something that obviously an elf didn't make, it's like, what do you think, an elf made this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not drawing those conclusions.
Right.
But
you're right.
Mine was always like, there's no way my parents can afford some of these. And going back, like my mom would tell me stories of like how they would pay for the gifts and stuff and just really being like finagling the bagel, as you would call it.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, right.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah, my parents were like similar in that they were the same way. And yeah.
Did you ever do like the Santa tracker and find out where he was?
No, I never did like the online where you could see like, oh, he's in Peru right now.
He's in Peru.
Yeah, no, I never did. I never did the fucking elf on a shelf thing.
Me either. I didn't do that. I feel like different people do different shit for it, but
yeah.
Honestly, how much funner was it when you fucking believed in Santa?
Way more fun, man. I know someone that he's my age, and his little brother is now he's like 21, 22, and so that would be like a 5. He's like a 5-year difference, and when my buddy found out that Santa wasn't real at like 10. He told his little brother because he was pissed off that Santa wasn't real, and he went and told his 5-year-old brother like, "Hey man, Santa's not real," and just ruined. Like he barely had any Christmases that he believed in Santa because his older brother just told.
Oh, that sucks. That's a tough one. I feel like you're so young, you may not even believe your older brother unless he was saying, "No, he really isn't. He's really not real." That's a tough go. I'd be so pissed. Like I said, it was so much more fun when you thought he was real. Even now when Christmas comes around, it doesn't even... Sometimes to me, it doesn't really feel like...
It doesn't feel like Christmas when Christmas comes around, honestly. And I don't mean that in a...
Bah humbug type of way?
Yeah, I don't mean that in a fucking negative Ned way. I just mean that in a Scrooge way, I guess you could say. But I mean that in a way that's just like, I'm an adult. It's like my birthday. I don't give a fuck about my birthday. Well, like when it's my birthday, it just feels like a regular day to me, you know?
On that topic, and this always fucking baffles me, right? And I'll use the workplace as an example because I fucking work for corporate America. I'll come in. This happened like 2 years in a row. And the only reason it happened 2 years in a row because I was on a different team and at work, so it was like different people.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was my birthday, and I came in. I think it was on like a Tuesday last year or something. And I came in like any other fucking day, whatever. I was turning 24, and I didn't say anything. And then I come in, the whole day is like, the day is ending at this point. So I worked the whole day. The day is ending. And someone asked me, what are you doing tonight? I think it was a Thursday, actually. oh, like you doing like Thirsty Thursday type deal? I said, oh, I'm actually going to the Bruins tonight. Oh, really? I go, oh no, it's my birthday. And then someone overheard me say that. What the fuck? It's your birthday? You didn't tell anyone? Do you think I'm gonna come in and be like, it's my fucking birthday, bitches? Celebrate right now with me. I want a fucking cake. No. First of all, no. That's not what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna work the day. It is no difference for you. I'm the one who's getting older here. Mm-hmm. You're getting older too, technically.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's my day, and I'm not gonna announce that to you.
Yeah.
So, and it happened like this the next year, same thing. Oh my God, why didn't you tell me it's your birthday? I don't know. Want me to come in and fucking just like punch you in the chest? Hey, it's my birthday. Say happy birthday to me.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not doing that. I never understood kind of the thought process behind that. I mean, if you know it's my birthday and you see happy birthday, and hey man, more than appreciative. Thank you for knowing it's my birthday, and we'll move on. But I ain't coming in and making a scene because it's my fucking 26th birthday.
I think that anyone who would come in and be like, hey everybody, it's my birthday, just like how you said,
kick the door in.
Yeah, I think that that means that deep down they're an attention whore.
Hey, and if you are, that's totally fine.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not judging the attention whores out there. I'm just saying that I concur with what you were saying entirely. Like when it's my birthday, especially the less I know somebody, if I bumped into you on my birthday and you didn't say happy birthday when you saw me, I'd probably mention like, hey man, it's my birthday.
Yeah, and it happened to my friend today. Prime example.
Really?
This is fucked.
Full circle.
Law of attraction. Prime example. So my friend's birthday is today, July 1st. And usually I actually go to his house in Winthrop for 4th of July. Well, usually I did it last year once. And we were going to do it again.
His
first name's Joe. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. I know who it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Begins with an S, right? His last
yes.
name? Okay, yeah.
So I texted him today and I said, hey man, I'm actually going to Maine for the 4th. Like, fuck, sorry. And he goes, don't worry about it. The weather's going to suck anyway. I think I'm going to Jersey. Excuse me. And I went on Snapchat, like, right after I was texting him. And we were going back and forth. Hey, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Oh, like, have fun. And, it's like someone's birthday and they have the little cake next to their name.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I go, oh, shit. It's his birthday. And I go back and say, hey, man, by the way, happy birthday, you little slut. Like, hope you have a good one. Blah, blah, blah. Something funny, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I was like, yeah, you're getting old, turning 27. Holy shit. And when we were texting originally, he wasn't like, are you fucking kidding me, James?
Right.
You don't know it's my birthday?
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Nothing. No big deal like that.
Yeah. It's funny that you said happy birthday, you little slut, because you want to know why you said that? Because saying just happy birthday is lame.
It's bland.
Yeah, no, it's less masculine.
Yeah.
You have to make a joke out of it because you're saying something that's fruity, I guess.
Yeah.
I heard Bill Burr say that because he was saying about someone hit him up on his birthday, along the same idea. Like he was just like, the person said to him, "Happy day you were born," and then Bill Burr was saying how this comedian sent him that because he thought he'd be a fairy if he said happy birthday.
Right. Kind of. I mean, that's not what I was thinking, but I mean, I just think it's more funny
to
do it that way.
I'm fucking around too.
I could totally see Bill Burr saying that too because he's fucking kind of miserable. But I like him.
Bill Burr is my favorite comedian that there is around. But when you listen to
Boston guy,
if you listen to enough interviews of him though, he is angry.
He's like an angry dad.
Yeah,
kinda.
Yeah, I do. He's my he's the GOAT in my book though. He's like of all. I don't know who my favorite comedian like right now is, but Bill Burr, as of right now, will always be my favorite of all time.
It's interesting to watch podcasts because that's how I find out about a lot of comedians. I see them on different people's podcasts.
Yeah.
And that's how I get to like them. And then I'll watch their stand-up. And honestly, for me, it's either make or break. Like, if I see their stand-up, I'm like, oh, that's just so not my style of humor.
Or it's just, oh, I'm fucking with this person forever. Right.
Yes, exactly. It's one or the other. But I've been in that situation where I've seen a podcast, this guy was hilarious, or I've seen one and he wasn't that funny, and then I've seen a stand-up and he was really funny, or he just was, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So.
Yep. It's funny because there's comedian for every category of what you just said. Some that won't be as funny in an interview as their set is, but there's some that they're only funny in interviews to me compared to their set.
I always think it's interesting for a comedian. Number one, it's an extremely hard thing to do. You have to have brass balls.
You have to also be smart.
Oh,
you do have to be intelligent for sure.
Yes, 100%. Like be able to read rooms and
witty.
stuff.
That's the one thing that to me is so mind blowing that if they have a heckler, like you have to shut him down with something hilarious or else like he gets the best of you. You know?
Yeah, you can't let that happen either.
Right. But I just, if I was a comedian and I was on stage and had a heckler, I know that after, it doesn't even matter how clever I was, right? After, I would be thinking all these things like, oh, I should have said this, I could have said this, I could have said this, and that just must be very bothersome if you're a comedian, I feel like.
Yeah, and just, I don't think I could do the fact where you have to read a room. So depending on the place you're at, like if you're at a Prince Pizza, which is, if you're listening, pretty much like a family pizza joint where there's definitely kids around.
Giggles is the comedy club attached to it. Yeah.
Yes, and
it's like a separate thing.
Say, for example, there's a lot of kids in the room and you're not dropping, penis jokes and dropping the F-bomb a bunch, but maybe it's an adult night and you're
kids don't really go to comedy shows.
But, I mean, I feel like I've seen them there kind of almost.
Yeah.
Extreme example, though. Being able to read a room where it's a different type. You're in a different state, and you have different material that you're using. You can't sometimes use all the stuff that you would use.
Yeah.
And they can kind of mix and match and really, like, change the joke up.
Yeah.
That's skill to me.
Yeah. The last time I went to a comedy show, it was at Giggles, actually. They always have good comedians that go there. It's a good show.
Dude, think of all the comedians that came out of Boston.
A lot of them. And the last time I was there, I made the mistake of sitting directly in the front. And if you're sitting directly in the front, you have a good chance of them putting you, like, saying,
making fun of you.
Hey, man, I'm down to get made fun of. That's not really what it is. I just don't enjoy being put on the spot in any situation where there's a lot of people. Yeah. It could even be, I don't know. I was just really uncomfortable the whole time and barely listening because I was just so focused on the fact that any second they could call on me to be like, "Hey man, what do you do?" Or like, "Hey man, you're with your lady tonight. You dress nice." Like that's literally what the guy said. He said something about like, "Oh, you're with your girlfriend," blah blah blah. And I feel bad for the comedian because I'm not someone that's going to give them a lot of stuff to work with, but not because I don't want to, but just because I'd be closed off. If I'm the center of attention with a lot of people around, I wouldn't be.
You're not giving them a big reaction.
Yeah, right. What my reaction would be if it was like just me, my friends, and the person, it wouldn't be with all these people. You know what I mean? I don't say enough almost.
For sure, dude. You don't want to be the fucking center of the comedy show just because you're going.
And it was brutal. It was honestly brutal because
Was he bombing?
No, I've only been to one comedy show where the person like didn't get any laughs, and it was the most uncomfortable thing to see.
Yeah.
But I just, if you're going to a comedy show, don't sit directly in the front because if they're not calling on you, they're looking at you. So if you're not laughing, I mean, you're just kind of being a dick to the comedian.
Right.
I
feel you.
So you throw in some fake laughs, if anything, just to make them feel
like
good.
the Seinfeld fake laugh in the background.
I went to a Theo Von comedy show. I never laughed harder in my life at Theo Von's act, but he had 3 people that opened for him, and the first person that opened for him just wasn't as funny as the other ones at all, and you could tell he was kind of like newish to comedy. They even made they even said that
he was new.
Yeah, essentially. And after the show, I found him on Instagram and I sent him a message saying, "Hey man, you killed it tonight," just because like I felt like he needed confidence after not doing that great.
What a good guy you are.
Thank you. But I just I felt bad for him because he was the first person on. You could tell how nervous he was, and he just I wouldn't say he bombed, but he he just didn't do as well as the others.
Right. Well, fuck, dude. Like I said, it takes brass balls to be a stand-up comedian. And I hope when you're on this podcast or if you're listening, you're taking my stories with a grain of salt. I'm just fucking around. They definitely are true stories, but
me too.
I'm definitely not a serious guy, so I hope you enjoy. And I hope you guys continue to listen. And like I said, subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. I hope you enjoy what we have to say. I know me and Adam have a good time. We have some really good laughs. So.
Yeah. Like James said, definitely don't take us seriously. We don't read a lot, so.
Yeah.
If you're interested in any paintings, inquiries at adamlucy.com. My Instagram's at Adam_Lucy, and adamlucy.com. You can find some collectibles of mine.
Awesome. Well, listen, people, have a great 4th of July. Have a great Canada Day to all my Canadian friends. We love you all, and have a good night, people.
Talk to you soon.